Hey guys, so I've never been the biggest fan of vlogs, but I do love the genre of content that's more casual and informal, kind of discussion based, usually revolving around cars. For example, I love podcasts. One of my favorites is Matt Farah's Smoking Tire. Pretty much every new episode that comes out, I will listen to. Many episodes I've listened to multiple times, and that leads me to an idea for a style video, a series that I've been really thinking about creating for a while, which I'm going to go ahead and do right now. Here's the plan. Daily Driver Discussions, DQ for short. As the title suggests, it will be filmed in my daily driver, driving to work or wherever I'm going. Very easy, informal, nothing too fancy, just a couple GoPros and a mic discussing various topics, whether it's new cars, car news from like auto shows, questions you guys have, plans for my cars, anything car related or just life related. I think it'll be really cool to do. I really want there to be discussion and interaction. I want to read and comment and reply to every single comment that's below. Except if your comment is just plain out offensive, dumb, and makes me lose brain cells just from reading it, I will probably delete you. Regardless, I'm really excited to try these out, so let's get going. Today I want to talk about the three coolest, most significant, most interesting to me vehicles from the Geneva Auto Show, which just ended recently. Someday I really need to get out there because it just looks utterly amazing. There were so many really cool cars that came out of Geneva that I could probably make a 5-hour-long video talking about all of them. But these are the three that I thought were the either most significant or the coolest to me. Love if you guys would comment below discussing your favorite three from the show. Starting off with the M8 Gran Coupe. It was a concept they brought out, and oh my god, I have not been this excited for a car in a while. When it launched and the pictures came out, I was like, holy crap, this thing is amazing. I've been really excited about the 8 Series for a while, especially once they brought out the 8 Series concept. What was that, a year and a half ago? I saw it in person in California at Quail, and it looked really good. And one of the biggest reasons why I've been so excited for the 8 Series is there really haven't been many options in that kind of executive luxury coupe space. If you're shopping for something like a S-Class coupe, S63 AMG coupe, you really didn't have many other options. You could go to something like a Bentley Continental GT, and really there weren't that many. The Rolls-Royce Wraith is nice, but it's a lot more money. So the 8 Series was going to come into this gap, hopefully. The 6 Series was never big enough or luxurious enough or had enough of the tech to quite go up against like an S-Class coupe. And I think BMW knew that, which is why they wanted to bring out the 8 Series. So the M8 Gran Coupe concept powertrain is going to be the M5 powertrain, so that 4.4 liter twin turbo V8 should be at least 600 horsepower, 553 pound-feet of torque. That's what it makes in the M5. So they might make it a little bit more powerful, a little bit faster, because I think it might sit slightly higher in the lineup. Either way, it's going to be a monster. ZF 8-speed automatic, all-wheel drive. It'll be quite a performance machine. The rest of the powertrain would likely mirror the 7 Series, so they'll probably come in with a 840 with a 6-cylinder, 850 with a detuned V8, potentially a 12-cylinder from like the 760 Li. That would be very interesting. Either way, I am really looking forward to it. Competitors, it'll probably go up against. So like I mentioned, the executive luxury sedans or coupes for like the S-Class versus an 8 Series coupe, but this like 4-door coupe swoopy hatchback could go up against like the AMG GT 63 S4, whatever the name for the new 4-door AMG GT is, the Panamera turbo high-end Panameras, whatever the new RS7 is going to be like. No longer the CLS doesn't occupy that space anymore, I think, because of this AMG GT 4-door, which is another very cool car that came out at Geneva. But the 8 Series, I think, blows it completely out of the water. I am so much more excited for this M8 Gran Coupe. When I saw it, I was like, I want that. I want that to be my next daily driver to replace this S4, probably in like 3 to 5 years, because it's going to cost a ton. I'm going to wait for them to depreciate a little bit, get a CPO one. Either way, I think it's amazing. I really hope the exterior and interior both just stay true to the concept. I heard the concept car is very close to production in terms of exterior sheet metal. The design is pretty much there. It's set. The ethos of the car, the way the proportions are finalized. They have to add in like door handles and make the bumpers a little bit more pedestrian friendly for all the regulations and stuff like that, because again, as a concept car, they went really wild. But wow, that car blew me away. I'm trying to think, did I miss anything else I wanted to talk about? It looks awesome. Sounds like it's gonna be really powerful and fast. Hopefully it's luxurious too. It's going to go up against these very cool cars. 8 Series Gran Coupe, I am extremely excited for it. Next up, we have the Ferrari 488 Pasta. I've been calling it the Pasta because I don't like the name. It's the Pista, I think it's Pista. Name's racetrack in Italian or something like that. I'm not really impressed with Ferrari's naming recently. I mean, we've got the Super Fast, which looks like somebody gave an 8-year-old a drawing of a Ferrari and be like, hey, what would you call this? And 8-year-old goes, Super Fast. Yeah, some of the names have historical relevance and whatever the whatchamacallit. I'm forgetting the word, but regardless, they don't evoke excitement to me. Like, you had the Scuderia and the Challenge Stradale and the Speciale, and now you've got the Pista. It's just like these names aren't as exciting anymore. Regardless, the performance of this car is going to be extremely exciting. It's the 3.9-liter twin-turbo V8, same as found in the regular 488, but it's tuned up, obviously, as the usual recipe for creating these limited edition, hardcore track Ferraris, the mid-engine V8s. Similar to the previous ones that I mentioned. Horsepower sits at, I think, like 711 horsepower or 710, depending on whoever's reporting it, and 568 pound-feet of torque, which I don't remember the numbers exactly because I have a lot of numbers in my head right now. But it's identical to the McLaren 720S, which is a strange coincidence because the 720S is just going around just destroying everything else. So apparently the horsepower output is almost identical, which is a funny coincidence. 0 to 60 is claimed in under 3 seconds, like 2.85, top speed way over 200 miles an hour, very fast. That is just the basic stuff. The really exciting stuff is the aerodynamics. So it's got this S-duct, which as soon as you look at the pictures, that's the first thing you notice. It's got this massive gaping hole like in the front bumper on the hood. And that is for a lot of downforce. It cuts right all the way through. It really defines the look of the car to me. Some people were disliking it. I think, hello, Nissan, you are going to turn. Okay. What was I saying before that happened? The S-duct, yeah, so that looks really cool. A ton of downforce aerodynamics. It's very fast. It's going to beat most of the other Ferraris on the track. I think it's like almost touching the F12 TDF in terms of performance. Obviously, a lot of horsepower. What else? Other random cool facts that I found out, too, about the 488 Pasta. You get 20-inch carbon fiber wheels, so that's cool. Light, they'll probably cost a ton of money. Also, Ferrari refuses to use vinyl stripes on their vehicles. They paint them off. So with the Pasta's crazy S-duct hood, that's got to be a nightmare in terms of masking off and painting it and getting it to look really nice. It'll probably cost a lot. If you want to go into a dealership and buy one now, you're probably out of luck. You needed an allocation way long ago. Knowing Ferrari, they would have told you first buy a 488 Spider and a California T and a GTC4, and then you might be allowed to spend $350,000 on this car. Allocations just work like that. With vehicles in that range, I think it looks very cool. I personally, personal preference, would rather have a 458 Speciale because the last naturally aspirated mid-engine V8, and it just sounds so amazing. And I do still prefer the way the 458 looks, but there is no denying this new 488 Pasta looks absolutely amazing, and it's going to be a complete rocket ship. It'll be a monster. Good luck to everybody getting one. Let me see it if you ever get one. Hopefully I get to experience one at some point. The last car is the Toyota Supra concept race car thing they came out with. Now, personally, I've never been the hugest fan of the Supra, the previous Gen 1s. I just never really loved the way they looked. They obviously could do really cool things performance-wise. I want to talk about this new concept because I think it is truly a significant vehicle that a lot of people care about. They didn't give much information about the production car whatsoever, which is slightly annoying because we've been seeing these Supra test cars running around for it feels like a decade at this point. I feel like it's taken so long. That concept car / test car needs its own mid-cycle refresh by this point. It's been quite a while. The concept car kind of previews what the production might look like if you take away all the race car stuff, like the crazy diffuser, the big wing. The FT1 concept was truly beautiful. I remember when I think it came out in Detroit. I know I saw it in Detroit, and I was like, wow, if they make that I would think about getting that because that just looks really good. Now, how much of it will carry over to production, we shall see. Pretty much what's known, it's going to be it's been co-developed with BMW, sharing the platform with the Z4. They're making little sports cars, probably using the 3-liter 6-cylinder from the BMW, which I know some people were throwing little temper tantrums about because Supra can't use a BMW engine, but hey, it should make a good amount of power. It'll be a good powertrain, and I'm really hoping they do a good enough job of trying to differentiate the two so the casual passerby walking by won't immediately go like, wait, those two are identical cars between the upcoming Z4 and the Toyota Supra. What are some other facts about that car? People are excited about it. The price point, I don't think anything is confirmed yet. They debuted a concept race car, but hopefully the Supra comes at some point. I know my friend Seth was very excited about it because he used to have a Supra, and he just likes cars like that to go vroom vroom fast. Not that I don't, but Supra has never been my cup of tea. But if it did look like the FT1 and had serious performance, that would be a super appealing option. No pun intended. So if I had to pick three to talk about, obviously those are the three. The M8, the Ferrari 488 Pista, and then the Supra that's coming out. I think they're the most significant ones. There were, again, like a list of them. The new AMG GT 4-door, the Porsche Mission E Cross Turismo, that's a weird wagon-lifted Mission E concept with the ugly door-cladding things and weird vents in a hood. I'm really actually looking forward to the Porsche Pure Electric Sedan. If it looked like the Mission E that they had last time, that would be really cool. Because imagine it's got the cool tech and performance and stuff of a Tesla, but it's built by a major German manufacturer that actually knows what they're doing when building a vehicle. What are some other things? The stupidest car vehicle that I saw was this Range Rover SV thingy. They took a full-size Range Rover, chopped off two doors, so it's a coupe now. A two-door full-size Range Rover just looks weird. The proportions are all messed up. Yeah, okay, they put the big engine in, got fancy quilted leather, and I am a sucker for quilted leather. But the thing about it it's $300,000. It's like $295,000. They're limiting it to 999 cars, presumably because they could only find 999 people in the world stupid enough to hand over $300,000 for a two-door Range Rover full-size Range. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised because Range Rover did make that Evoque cabriolet thing with the two-door convertible. I don't get it. I don't know why you would want to spend $300,000 on a two-door Range Rover which you're compromising practicality, and like it's stupid to me. That wins the reward of being the dumbest. Obviously the Koenigsegg's were cool, the Wire Roadster, what else? There are a bunch of these concept cars from like the Pininfarina and the other Italian design houses. There were a ton. I can't even think about all of them. Geneva looks amazing. A lot of really cool cars. Comment below what you think were the most significant and the most interesting, the ones that you're most looking forward to seeing below. Let's discuss this genre video. I'm trying it out. This is the first one. I have many ideas of future ones lined up to film. Hopefully they'll be quick and just you guys like them. If you have any questions, please comment below. Let me know. Thanks for watching.